Hi, I'm Zealan Turner. I'm the Director of School Communications here at PALCS, and this is...
Sarah Davis.
And this is Winging It with Doc, the bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbit. Does your home qualify as a farm or a zoo?
So they're in two different locations. So it's our house, and then a couple blocks away is my grandma's house. The one where the horses and goats and all of them are at, that qualifies as a farm. Okay. It actually was a working farm 100 years ago.
First of all, both rabbits look like fabulous rabbits to me. Are they both the same grade or same level rabbit?
There's what's called a standard of perfection, which is literally a written up document that gives them points for different areas, like their fur and how their ears look and that kind of thing.
So, Doc is a silver.
Yes.
Is Doc a creme de la creme? What are we talking about here? Because Doc looks amazing.
She's pretty nice. There are things like she has too much of the white hairs across her coat. And her body type's not the best either, but she's
you say her body type's not the best.
I like her to come up more. Have more of a curve.
More of a curve when they're all humped up.
And she's kind of narrow in the body across her ribs.
She's a little skinny bean.
It's not skinny. It's just that her ribs aren't wide.
Okay.
So she's filled in well. So she's in good condition, but she's not.
Just her body type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not her fault. Sorry, Doc. You cute, though.
And she's shedding, so.
Is that a problem?
It kind of ruins up how the silvering looks. They'd be even in the proportion of the white hairs to the rest of their coat. But when they're shedding,
it messes up.
It messes up really badly. They don't get particularly fuzzy. They're not that kind of rabbit, which is unfortunate.
I don't know. They feel awful silky to me. I could just pet this all day. This feels like emotional support.
Judges have told me that their coats are too soft.
Too soft?
They're not meant to be this soft for the breed.
Okay, I don't know why that would be a problem. I just feel bonus points. You feel like a silky slipper. So how did you get into this?
I think I was probably 8. We had rabbits, and then our old rabbit died, so we got a couple of mini Rexes, the real soft ones. And then I joined 4-H, and through that, I was then able to get connected through my leader to a breeder who breeds these guys. I'd gone to a couple shows and decided that I wanted to start showing competitively, and our mini Rexes weren't that competitive, so then we went out and decided on a breed we wanted. And then from there, we decided that we wanted to breed them because that's the way to be most competitive.
Silvers. That's your chosen breed.
Yes.
Okay, so are all of your rabbits that you have right now that you're breeding and work with, are they all silvers?
Yeah, they're all silvers. We still have one of the 2 mini Rexes we got. The other one passed away when she was, because they're both pretty old, but...
But you don't show them, you just keep them around to, love them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
They're
cute.
too big for their breed. They weigh too much. It's not that they're overweight. It's that their structure itself is too large. So then to not be skinny and malnourished, they're heavier. And
do you, maybe I'm getting too granular or weird, but do you say hey, I like these 2 bunnies, I want them to breed? Or do you just say
You just look at different aspects, maybe you like the length of ear of one of them, but you prefer the fur on the other one. So you may breed them together to then hopefully...
So you can get the best of both worlds?
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully.
You usually get a couple that are relatively pretty, and then you just go from there and try to, over time, improve them.
So what happens to all the rabbits that are not, ticking all the boxes for show qualities, let's say?
Some of them get sold as pets. Other ones have attributes that other rabbits, other people breeding, might be lacking in their herd. So they might want to bring it in and then breed out the bad. Mm-hmm. A lot of them just end up staying in our rabbitry because no one wants them. And that's why we have 27 of them right now.
So you have this whole routine. You listed it off pretty quickly. with your rabbits on a daily basis, but I think how much of your time each day does that consume?
10 minutes every day for the feeding and watering. And then their cages need to get cleaned, so that takes about an hour, which is extensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then just daily working with them, making sure they're healthy. I'd say it's easier to say it on a weekly basis. I probably end up spending 8-9 hours at the very least.
So do you do exercise class with your rabbits?
There is what's called rabbit hopping. So it's basically hurdles that they jump over.
Uh-huh.
Like horse jumps.
Uh-huh.
That then you can have them jump over, and it's kind of a competition. There's not really much here in this part of Pennsylvania, but I know across the U.S. there's more availability for it.
Okay, so how do you do in competitions?
We're fairly competitive. We've only been doing it for a few years, and there's people who've been doing it for like 30 years.
Okay.
So we're not nearly as competitive as them, but we rank pretty well in the national rankings.
How does Doc do?
We showed her, I think, one show because we had her last April. And then we showed her at another show in May, and we haven't really showed her since then. So I can't really gauge that yet, but she did pretty well at the show in May.
And what's the goal here?
It's just to improve them. A lot of it is conservation, just because the more people breeding them, the less likely they are to go extinct, is basically what it is. They recently got moved off the Livestock Conservancy's lowest, they need the most help, to the second one. So that was real nice.
Is that part of the reason you chose silvers as your selected breed?
I chose them because they were less competitive, just because there's less people showing them. Because some of them, at some of the smallest shows, there'll be 50 of another breed in a class.
And compared to how many silvers?
Sometimes just us. Generally, the silver breeders are either in the South, Midwest, Southeast Coast, or they're in the Northeast Coast, and we got some of the nicest ones up here on the East Coast for the youth breeders.
So, do you need a pep talk in the morning of a competition, or are you pretty much just super confident it is what
You're
it
so
is?
exhausting because you have to get up so early, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. That's why we go the night before.
So if you go the night before, though, how early do you need to get up to get the bunnies where they need to go?
At least 6.
Uh-huh.
It really depends how many you have. When we bring 10 rabbits, it's going to take us longer to move them.
You sound like a very competition-oriented person who is the most laid back ever. You're just yeah, we're in it to
You've not
win
watched
it,
me show.
but let's be chill. No, you get really intense, or you're very
Yeah.
chill.
Showmanship, you have a list of things you need to say, and it's kind of like a performance almost. It's basically a health check, and then you also assess, as if you were a judge in a breed show, what you like about your rabbit, what you don't, that kind of thing.
You mean you have to tell them all the things you think are not great about your rabbit?
Yeah. I've been nicked off points for saying too many nice things about my rabbits.
Ooh,
So
okay.
they want you to find faults.
Okay. How many things are on that list of the things that you have to talk about?
Probably
More than 10?
Oh, yes.
Oh, more than 20?
Probably say close to 90.
Nuh-uh. You have to remember 90 things?
It's a lot.
Wait, do you have to memorize them, or do you get to have your...
No, you have to memorize them.
You don't have a cheat sheet or anything?
Nope, the judge has the cheat sheet that they're judging you off of. First, you'd come up to the table, you'd introduce yourself, you'd introduce your rabbit, you'd say that they're the breed, silver, you'd say they're a female or a male. You'd then check their ear, you'd read out their tattoo, and then you just say, I'm looking for mites, or torn or missing portions of the ear, how much fur is over top of it. And then you'd flip them over, and you check the eyes and the nose and the mouth. So all I do is I just grab their skull, kind of, and then you flip them over.
Okay. Is that how they're supposed to hang out? Is just kind of looking like maybe they're playing dead?
Yeah.
So you're also in Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got a lot of things going on. How long have you been in Girl Scouts?
This is my 10th year.
That's a long time. Yep, so a significant portion of your life.
Yes.
What do you love about it? What are you doing?
I love the leadership opportunities. So I have my bronze and silver award, and I'm working on my gold award right now.
So you've already done bronze and silver.
Bronze and silver. So bronze is a group project. That was several years ago. I think we made a cookbook and then made it freely available online.
Cool.
I think so. I'm
Okay.
going to go with that. I think that's what we did.
Great.
And then for my silver award, I did invasive vine control or invasive plant control with the goats that I have. So I did it at Tyler State Park, which is a state park in Bucks County.
Okay.
And so we brought the goats in. They cleared like a overgrown meadow that they were going to plant milkweed in. A major part of it is education. So we educated about invasive plants and the problems they cause and how goats can help with it.
That is so cool. Do you guys use your goats to help you with any of that kind of
Yeah, that's why we first got them, because the farm, like I said, it stopped being an active farm and then just like got overgrown, out of control. So that's why we got them, so we could open up more pasture for the horses we have.
Do you have any thoughts about going for the gold? Do you have any ideas?
Not quite yet. I've just started because you can do it 9th grade, so I still need to figure out what I'm doing for that. But you have until senior year to complete it, so sometime in the next year I'll figure it out and send in my proposal.
Are you a senior now? And I mean Girl Scout.
Yeah, so it's daisies are kindergarten and 1st, brownies are 2nd and 3rd, juniors are 4th and 5th, and then cadets are middle school, and then senior, which is what I am, is 9th and 10th, and then ambassador is the rest of high school.
Items in your purse or wallet, or let's just say backpack.
Pencil?
Yeah,
There you go,
taking
okay.
it. Store names. Pathmark?
Don't know what that is, but sure.
No? Do you have a store name?
No.
Animals in books or movies?
Pooh Bear?
Yeah, thank you, Pooh Bear. Pretending an N.
Pan.
Pan. Ways to kill time.
Playing cards.
Playing cards. Seafood. Piranha.
I'm not sure what's going to happen with them once I go off to college, but
You're not going to take all your... How many rabbits?
I
with
want to
you?
go to
30,
college in
40,
England.
50?
Because
Tell me about that.
I want to go to medical school because you go straight into it, and I'd save like a bunch of money.
Like what general field of medical?
I'm not really sure about that, but I am only a freshman.
Okay, so you got time.
Yeah.
But you're really good at math and science, and you maybe not like to explore things.
Yeah.
Totally. I love that for you.
You take so many dance classes, you take so many voice lessons, every night you go to bed, you're watching YouTube videos on theater, you're practicing. It's just all this work that I put into it out of the love for it, and it's here and it's happened and it's paid off, and I'm only like 21. Like, it just was unbelievable. Yeah.